But colleagues, beyond these 3 winners and the other 6 finalists, there were many other amazing submissions. And so we thought that it was appropriate to recognize 1 or 2 of those. And I'm going to hand over to Inger for that. Over to
Well, I mean, what we've just heard, and to all the 50+ submissions, to the 9 shortlisted ones, and to the 3 announced winners, a huge and warm congratulations. This is really massive. And it's really a recognition by peers, right? Your peers have said, yeah, this was outstanding, this was unique. And so we really want to recognize that. We celebrate everything that we've seen before us today and much more. And there's a lot that we can do when we work together. But when we were thinking about this and seeing all the beauty and diversity of these submissions, we just couldn't help ourselves. And we created a couple of additional winners because they were just so special. And we decided to go with 2 teams that really need special recognition. And so let me just go through the first team here. The first is, drumroll, G-Force, okay, nominated in the collaborative team category. Now, this is an incredible group of colleagues, self-driven, self-organized, self-created team. G-Force, no, this is not your security company. This G-Force is a group of general service staff that came together over 5 years voluntarily to support each other, to collaborate, to upskill, to mentor, and ultimately really to be that community that is the glue in that part of UNEP. You will hear more about that. So they've established a bridge between the general service category and professional service category. They're finding solutions to shared issues, whether it's sort of on the human resources side or whether it's on the programmatic side. And they're really dedicated to finding solutions to staff concerns, whatever it might be. Now, this team is situated within the economy division, but I think it's already sort of, we will hear more about that. And so they came together ahead of the economy division's retreat to have their own pre-retreat, to get self-organized and see how can we contribute to the retreat. And so they've been super active during the lockdown and done amazing things, irrespective of location. So they've really shown us that the G staff is a force to be reckoned with. And so I'm very, very grateful for that inspiration. And so I think we will hear from Kenneth, but let me just mention how brilliant it is. But I want to mention a second team also. So, because we selected 2 teams in this special category. And the second team is, another drum roll, please. I'm sorry for this, but I'm not very good at this, but anyway, and that is CBD, pushing the walk the talk Aichi Target 11. Yay! This is really massive. Out of these 17, out of the 20 Aichi targets, 17 are due by 2020. But only 1 target looks like we just might make it. And you know what? Part of the reason why we just might make it is because this team has done some extraordinary work. That target 11 says we should have 17% of terrestrial in protected status and 10% of marine, and we're stretching for this, and we are nearly there. 16.44% on the terrestrial side and 9.7 on the marine. So listen, so much hard work by so many good people to get there. I really want to recognize drive and the passion. I want to recognize that sleepless nights, hard work, difficult conditions, but this is it. So that team has worked super hard, and no doubt the entire CBD Secretariat is in fact behind this. And so a huge thanks to the CBD Secretariat that is navigating a complex time. The whole world is looking at them to deliver the post-2020 framework. Huge thanks to Elizabeth, of course, and a huge thanks to Sarat, who retired just a few weeks ago, and to Eddie, Pat, Maggie, And my apologies if I missed anyone here. So without further ado, I believe I'm handing over first to Kenneth, if I'm not mistaken. So Kenneth, speak on G-Force so that we understand what this is all about. Over to you.
Great, thank you, Inger. Thank you for that great introduction. I actually wished I'd got you to written my few words that I have here, because that was amazing. So thank you for that. In the spirit of all award ceremonies, I put a few words down, and on behalf of Regine, Zena, Ulia, Lydia, Jan, Patricia, Michiko, Edith, Katie, Susan, we are really honored to receive this recognition today. So the G-Force, who are we and how did we start? Well, a few years ago, some general service staff in the economy division were discussing how we show on a daily basis professionalism, dedication, inventiveness, and organizational skills playing a key role in the operations of UNEP. Yet G staff are often seen as one-dimensional, confined to one set of tasks, when actually a number of colleagues have an academic background, vast knowledge, and creative energy to play a more integral role, but can often remain an untapped resource. We managed to bring together this group of enthusiastic, energetic, and conscientious staff who wish to work in collaboration with colleagues within the economy division, and indeed other UNEP divisions and UN agencies, to push forward on actions that can support G staff to allow them to carry out their roles to the highest standard. We aim to provide colleagues with access to information, learning opportunities, sharing best practice, and on-the-job upskilling, discussing career advancement opportunities and mentoring. And in general, try and create a supportive and healthy environment in which to grow. We do this through informal and formal training sessions, information workshops, online social gatherings, and annual retreats. We would like to sincerely thank Lydia, Tim, Mark, Didier, who supported the group from the initial startup phase within the economy division to the present day. And we very much look forward to continuing this very positive collaboration with Sheila as she steps into the role of division director. A special mention must go to Tara Burkhoff, who was also instrumental in kickstarting this initiative back in 2017. Moving forward, we're eager to assist in progressing the economy division retreats outcomes, especially those in operational efficiency, supporting the application of lessons learned during COVID-19, as well as the implementation of actions from the transformation process. But most of all, we very much look forward to continuing our attempts through trial and error of giving a human voice to and empowering, where possible, general service staff to reach their potential, offer their perspective, and in turn support an organization we're all very proud and honored to work for. We very much feel this is recognition for all G staff. So finally, many thanks again for the special mention and to those who have supported us over the last few years. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Kenneth, and a huge congratulations to you and to that massive team, and really bravo to what you have mobilized. Now we're going to hear from Aichi. So I think you will speak on behalf of our CBD friends. Over to you.
Many thanks, everyone. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. I'm sorry Sarat is not here. He would have been pleased to hear it. For me, it's indeed a tremendous honor to accept this important special mention on behalf of our team, consisting of Sarat, Patrick, Megan, and myself. We really feel honored and very grateful for this recognition. And we would like to use this opportunity to acknowledge the contribution of our past team members, the cooperation of parties, partners, and the Secretariat's staff members, and most importantly, the generous support of the government of Japan through the Japan Biodiversity Fund, the European Union, EC Fund, GIZ, BMZ, Germany, Government of Norway, and National Geographic Society, among many other members of the Global Partnership for Aichi Target 11, without which many critical activities would not have been possible at all. This includes research, data analysis, provision of updates on progress, communication, publication, and support to sub-regional coordination agencies and implementation support networks. It is in line with the program of work of protected areas and various scope decisions that this project, funded by the JBF, started in 2015 to facilitate the achievement of Aichi Biodiversity Target 11 by 2020. Briefly, the approach used was first to determine the status of the elements of Target 11, identify the gaps and opportunities to fill the gaps for the 196 parties to the convention in the form of country dossiers, to share the dossiers with the parties to help them update their data and motivate them to enhance implementation to achieve the target by the deadline. Then, to facilitate alignment of activities and effective implementation, sub-regional implementation support networks were established to assist the parties directly with their implementation, monitoring, and reporting to UNEP WCMC in a decentralized but also concerted manner. And then parties were kept completely motivated through persistent bilateral and multilateral communication. You all remember Sarat's multicolored communications. Targeted capacity development, provision of updated information, and showcasing also the benefits, the multiple benefits of achieving the target. This really increased countries' willingness and engagement to achieve the target. So although there are 17 Aichi targets and 21 SDG targets with due dates of 2020, only Aichi Target 11 and SDG 14.5 are either reached or will be reached by COP15 at the latest, way before. Currently, nearly 17% of land areas and nearly 8% of the oceans are covered by PAs and OECMS. So overall, this substantial achievement is a great news to the conservation community because it will contribute to the qualitative elements of Target 11, other Aichi targets, requirement of MEAs, multiple benefits such as food and water security, health, livelihood, adaptation and mitigation of climate change, disaster risk reduction. The momentum afforded by the successes is also providing encouragement to parties and set ambitious goal for the post-2020 GBF. And it's also strengthening faith and hope for the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda, the conservation targets promulgated by EU, members of High Ambition Coalition for Nature, and G7 countries, which called for 30% conservation target. So in general, the results are in line with UNEP's mandate, and they can provide natural solutions to the most important socio-economic and environmental challenges in the world, and pave also the pathway towards the 2050 targets. Many thanks to Sarat who made this possible. Target 11 is baptized his baby, and many thanks goes to the CBD parties which fulfilled their commitment despite COVID restriction. If we commit, as he says, we must deliver. Thank you.
This is fantastic.
And I'm sorry.
But you just
slammed
it. You did great. And, you know, because this is such a great achievement. So bravo to you, and behind you, the entire team. Thank you so much. And it's really an expression of appreciation, yes, to the Target 11 team, but also to the entire CBD. You've been working in very tough times with the complexity of COVID and the continuous move of COP. So bravo, Aichi, and thank you very much for presenting on behalf of everyone. So look, at this point, let us celebrate the more than 50 entries, but not just that. Let us celebrate the entire UNEP, because we are UNEP that can do things. We are UNEP that are making a difference. We are UNEP of passionate, committed, competent, technically skilled and decent people trying to do the right thing by the planet. We are driven by our commitment and our passion to the environment, but also because not just for the environment, but for people, for sustainable development, for poverty reduction, for equity and justice, and for intergenerational fairness. So this was our award ceremony, and next year, hopefully, God willing, we will have it in person, at least somewhere in the world, hopefully in our headquarters in Nairobi, and others can be joining in person wherever they are at. I want to thank the jury, who didn't want to be called a jury, but wanted to be called a panel, that read the 50 odd submissions. I want to thank every one of you who formed part of the submissions, but a bigger thank, frankly, is to the entire UNEP community. There's not a day that goes by when I'm not so proud of working for UNEP under that blue flag. So to all the winners of today, my warm thanks. And to everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourself, and looking forward to seeing you in the next town hall. Bye.